So, welcome again. My name is Dion Rambis. I will be hosting a series of these Zooms every single week on Sundays at 2 p.m. Eastern, Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern. So, I'm excited to continue the series. This is our second of those events that will happen every single week, twice a week. So, let me see if I can share my screen here. Looks like, can you see my screen? Can
Yes,
anybody
sir.
let me know?
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn my video off and we'll jump right into the presentation. Now, one thing I did the first event is I did not respect the people who are new to cryptocurrency and this asset class, which was, just a mistake on my part. So let me introduce you to that world. Again, my name's Dion Rambis, and I've been in this space for about 10 years, over 25 years in banking and finance, but this new digital industry of called cryptocurrency, I've been tinkering in for a little over a decade. Today, when I got involved, it was $20 billion market cap. So we're only talking $20 billion, right? There are companies that are bigger than that. Actually, there are people who have more than that, right? So this entire industry was only 20 billion 10 years ago. Today, if we go to coin market cap, for those of you keeping note or watching on a recording, for your education purposes, coin market cap actually ranks the entire industry from Bitcoin, the biggest, to every other digital asset that's ever been created, if it's created and authorized to be here, because they vet every company that shows up here or
Mr.
blockchain.
Rambis, I
Yes, sir.
apologize. The thumbnail that got the picture of me or whoever the talking
It's
is,
still there.
if you minimize it, it'll go. There you go. All right, because you're recording. I didn't want it having it for the whole presentation. I'm
Yeah,
sorry, sir. There you
absolutely. I
go.
appreciate that. So is it coin market cap you see now?
Yes, sir. You're good to
Is
go.
it? Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you, teamwork make the dream work. We would have had a whole video of, of Mr. Allen's pretty face. All right, so the biggest market has become today is like 2 trillion from 20 billion 10 years ago, and it's not even anywhere where it's going. Bitcoin actually is almost 2 trillion of the $3 trillion market cap that we have here. Matter of fact, we can actually see exactly what the total market cap here is in cryptocurrency, 2.2 trillion. When you go just to Bitcoin's market cap, it's 1.2 of that 2 trillion. So half of the whole market is in Bitcoin's value. All the money in this space, or half of the money in this space. But here's what's most exciting: the company I'm about to share with you not only is the forerunner in the next wave called real world assets, they're utilizing the what you see now, the 2 trillion, to create passive income using AI just on what's happening already. They've been producing and getting results for years now and sharing that with the marketplace. But the next wave is 100 to 200 trillion dollar market cap that hasn't been developed yet, called real world assets, put on these same type of digital platforms. And you'll hear BlackRock and all the biggest investment firms in the world talk about real world assets. Well, we are actually combining both and sharing it with people like you and me. So I'm going to get right into that information, but I wanted to introduce the industry to people who don't know what this asset class is: digital assets, cryptocurrencies, and now you're going to combine that with real world assets put on those same digital networks, like real estate, gold, silver, oil, commodities, stocks. All of the real world assets we've always seen, hundreds of trillions of dollars, will now be put on blockchains like Bitcoin and others. And we're at the forefront of helping people get involved, right? Educating and teaching people, just like you're going to learn here today. So let me jump right back into who Aurum is. I don't like to share a lot about myself, but I just share that, I have a financial background, but I've been tinkering in the crypto space and educating myself for about a decade. I've never seen a company put together quite like what Aurum is doing right now. And that's why I'm here, because I see a reliable partnership, which is key, right? I've done this so much, and I know that everything rises and falls on leadership. And so what I see with this leadership team in the forefront of these industries, I couldn't help but get involved. And it's just been a great run for the last 90 days, just getting acclimated to this system. But I'm going to go through my disclaimer, right? Because we don't like to say we're financial advisors, and this is not at financial advice. But this presentation is meant to share information about a project that should not be taken as financial advice and guaranteed results. All financial decisions carry risk. Your outcomes depend on your personal skills, marketing understanding, and risk tolerance. The information provided in this material is for information purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Before making any decisions, we recommend conducting your own analysis, considering your personal financial situation. Compliance with local laws is responsibility of each user. Please remember all financial activities involve risk. Never allocate more funds you're willing to lose. Always act within your personal level of comfort and responsibility, right? We're all adults here. And what I love about what Aurum is also bringing, right, is moving people right from the left side of money, which is Robert Kiyosaki's formula says 95% of the money in the world is on the business and investor side, yet 95% of the people are on the left side as employees and self-employed. Now, when I found that out, I wanted to hurry up and get to the right side of money where 95% of the money was, but it's not easy to get there. Most people don't have the capital, right, or the skill set. Aurum eliminates all of those barriers for the average person. We say if you can get a crypto wallet downloaded to your phone and you can get $130 worth of cryptocurrencies loaded into one of your wallets, we can immediately move you to the right side where you own a business in the digital world, Web3 tools, financial products, right? And you're an investor immediately because your $100 starts to go to work for you, AI driven every single day. That's what I'm most excited about, is because we're taking it to the masses. This is where 95% of the people are. They all want to be over here. And now we're going to make it easy for everybody to win because their money is automatically going to work for them. This is the leadership team I'm excited about that I mentioned. Not going to go through their bios, but I will kind of send you to the place where you can do your own due diligence. Go to YouTube page. That is Aurum, AURUM _ foundation. That's our YouTube page. And that is where you'll see all of these guys featured in their bios. They have a tremendous pedigree. I don't want to get into a whole lot of that again. Let you do that on your own time because their backgrounds and pedigree speaks for themselves. The reason I am here, though, is the bottom left guy, Mr. Shane Moran, which I love the way Mr. Allen put it today. He said, you know, when you understand positioning, not sometimes it's not about what you know, right, or necessarily, right. Sometimes it's about where you are and who you know, and the positioning to be one phone call away from the corporate office and the company that could become not just $1 billion unicorn, but $1 trillion unicorn in this next wave of financial reconstruction, if you will. It's exciting. So anyway, that's the leadership team. Do your own due diligence. Check the names. You Google them, all of that good stuff. The other website on YouTube would be Aurum, AURUM University. We've been featured everywhere. The latest publication is talking about our newest non-custody bot called Nero. So we have about 5 different trading algorithms that trade for us. And the one that's getting the most critically acclaimed attention right now is Nero. But we've been featured in every major publication in this space that you could imagine. $20 a year. That's right. I said it. $20 a year, $19.99 a year to use our ecosystem. You'll have Aurum cards where you can actually load your funds with the digital assets that you own right to MasterCard and Visa cards. We're developing our own exchange. In fact, if I go back, you'll see the guy who's in charge of that, Leonardo Galinides. When Mr. Brian Benson, like Mr. Allen said to me again today, Brian was only brought here to be a consultant as to how to build out the exchange, right? A place where people can exchange these digital assets. There are hundreds of them now that trade billions of dollars every day, and soon to be trillions. So anyway, that's how that collaboration became because of the exchange that we're developing right now. Our AI bots is our product. That's what's making everybody passive income, whatever level that you see yourself fit. And of course, the neobank Web3 version is where we have management of your own personal crypto. This is what's most exciting right now with Nero, is that it's self-custody. You put it in your MetaMask wallet or Trust wallet, then you let the bot know how much of your wallet wants to trade. And when you get those funds paid to you right to your wallet every day, it's exciting, right? Because nobody custodies your money except for you. That's exciting in this space. It's something the space has been waiting for years, right? And of course, we're leveraging artificial intelligence, AI. That's the, I guess, it's not just a buzzword, but it's really kind of reshaping the entire internet, the entire world today. And so we're leveraging AI 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, allowing it to trade for our members. The track record, these bots were built for institutional trading. So they weren't built for you and me until I don't know who it was at the corporate office that decided to take this to a referral based marketing plan where the average everyday person could get $100 in. I'm thanking them right now because this was not in 2023 when they started this. You see, it was February 16%, March was 13%. This was all started where they were going to introduce this for institutional companies, large organizations, right? And they stopped that to open it up last year. So around a second side, 2025. This is when they began to share this with people like you and me and began to build out a revenue sharing model. It's extremely powerful, right? So much more than what you just see as far as the passive income if you decide to build a business along with that passive income. But look at these results. When you look at the marketplace annually, most people would kill for 16% a year in the traditional S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and all these other markets, right? But when you look at these results, it almost looks too good to be true. I hear it so much because most of the time in life it is. This is just one of those times where it doesn't apply because this is exactly what's happened already and what continues to happen. I can't predict the future. We don't know where we're going to be, but we consistently see the EXAI bot doing around 15 to 18% over the last 3 years. Now we're introduced about 3 more bots, one that trades gold, one that is doing the Nero trading, self-custody. That one's averaging almost 1% a day. So you'll see all that once you get your account created. Profit distribution. So how do you actually start to earn? Well, how does Aurum make money, right? Well, because they're using their tools, guess what? They're going to take a share. So when you put your 100 in at the lowest level up to $249, company keeps 40% of the profits. They should, right? They put the system together. You still get a lion's share, 60%, until you get to 250. Once you have 250 USDT, you're now grandfathered in at the 65% up until you get to 1,000, right? Company now takes a lesser share, 35. Once you're at 1,000, 70, 30, so on and so forth, right? Once you're at 2,500, 25% is the company, 75% is yours. So the higher you take your package of daily trading volume, then the higher your return. So all the way up to the largest package, which maxes out at 99,900, starts at 50,000, where you get the lion's share for real. 95%, the company only keeps 5, and anywhere in between, right? So we have people obviously who have them all. There are people at the top ultimate package with multiple $100,000 accounts, right? So there's people who are really all out all the way in just a year, making millions of dollars. Nero, a non-custody trading agent. So people hear about the agentic AI that's happening all around the internet and all over business world today. Well, that's exactly what we're introducing to trading and giving you the controls right at your fingertips. You get all the control. Now, a centralized system means the company controls your money. Decentralized, non-custodial, and that means I have the control. It's not somebody custodying my money. Centralized and custodial means the company controls it. The world is changing, people, and guess what? We get to be the educators because they don't know. Most people don't see any of this coming, but we get to be the pioneers to educate the world into this new digital phase of money, right? You control your money. What do people want? Their own control, not banks telling them who they can send money to, who they can take money from, and charging them fees all along the way. Security, right? The single point of failure when you have it all in one place. There's no single point of failure in decentralization or what we call smart contract technology. We just recently passed one of the larger audit firms who hacks into software, and our software has stood the test of time and continues to. So you'll hear more about that too. I'll share that in a second. Risk, of course, hacks, freezes, and bankruptcies happens in the old centralized system. True ownership happens in the decentralized system. And again, I don't like to confuse a lot of people who haven't been introduced to decentralization or Web3, but this is why Aurum is a leader in the forefront of these spaces. We just bought position for the Switzerland regulatory body that actually governs digital assets. It's governed under the one of the organizations called FINMA, which of course strengthens our ability to grow worldwide. And outside of your own trading bot for you, if you decide to build a community, they also do revenue sharing. So the bigger your community, the more revenue you get. So everyone starts out as a Nova, right? When you join and activate your account for a minimum of $100, of course, $20 has to be paid first for the annual fee. Then you're looking at a 3% override off of any members that you introduce. So I look at this personally, guys, because I worked at a bank and I put about $2 million in one of my, they call it a de novo, meaning you're a brand new office. My very first bank I managed in early 2000s, and they didn't give us our bonus at the end of the year because we didn't hit 3 million. That was our target to have in deposits and loans in 1 year. It's brand new office, ground from they built it up, right? I look at that bank that we built 25 years ago and the millions of dollars that are in those accounts now that none of us, it was only a 5-person staff, 6 people that put that 2 million in those accounts, right? None of that money ever came back to us. We just got a paycheck as an employee, but the bank is still getting paid fees and has grown those accounts. I want you to see yourself as owning your own version of that today in a digital version where you build your own family, your own wealth, your own community bank, right? And you get 3% override off of every personal contribution. So you have to have $100 in, and then anybody you introduce, when they make a deposit to their account and continue to add to their account, you get 3% until, right, there's someone else that they introduce and then they get the 3%, right? So how do you get more off of that same person when they build to their group to 3%? You can actually go Voyager. So how do you get to the 5% level, right? That just means you have now introduced about $7,500, exactly $7,500 worth of accounts. So it could be 10 people with 750 or one person who was sponsored that did 7,500. You're immediately going to be labeled a Voyager, and now you get a 2% differential. So this is what's powerful, because all of the deposits that come in here will pay you every single day. They literally pay you a percentage of whatever's deposited or earned by your organization. Profit sharing, right? So you're earning these percentages every single day off of everybody who's earning from the AI trading. So everybody's winning. It's absolutely powerful, right? And so again, as you continue to help people go Voyager like you just did, right? Help 2 people do that, you become a Vanguard. And now you're at 7%. So introduce new people, then you earn a whole 7%. But when someone has already gone to Voyager that's in your organization, they get the 5 and you just get the difference, right? So you want to always be sharing it with new people so you can always increase your volume and you're increasing your bonuses at the same time. I'm just going to take you to the bonus category. And again, you can learn this stuff as you go. I'm not here to give you a long, drawn out presentation. I'm going to show you how you can build wealth with this company because we're just getting started. Look at the bonus, $100 at the first bonus level just by going Voyager, $7,500. Again, that happens. We've got 3 people do it already in less than 90 days, 4 if you're including me, right? Vanguard, you're literally going to get a $500 bonus for helping 2 people go Voyager, right? Which you can put into trading or take it out the day you do it, right? You can take that 500 bonus and do something else. Vanguard Pro, $1,000 bonus. Next level, 2,000, 5,000. Guys, you wouldn't even imagine that it stops at 3 million. So there are 15 levels you can go to. The highest bonus is alpha for a $3 million bonus for building a community, helping people do something you would probably want to help them do anyway. Here's the top 3 levels. In fact, the $1 million bonus at Aurum Arcan, right? That's a 200. That's a long way to go, but we have a system that's going to get us there, right? Just help 3 people, literally, because you only need 3 legs of direct volume to hit all the way through these levels of alpha. Just 3 legs of business can get you there, right? And so, of course, you can build as many legs of business as you want worldwide. There's multiple of strategies that you can choose, but we'll help you along the way. Again, maxing out at a $3 million bonus. So let's get away from just the presentation, and we'll jump into some questions and answers. I will share, this is the back office. This is how your back office will look. Cost you nothing to join. So hurry up and get one activated. Get with somebody who invited you or what have you, so you can get your account activated if you haven't already. When you get it activated, the first thing you're going to have to do is activate your security, because they guarantee that, not guarantee, they mandate that everyone has a two-factor authentication. So that means you're going to have to download the Google Authenticator to a second device and connect that to your account before you can start trading and activating it. But anyway, on the left-hand side, you see financial proposals. That's where you'll go to activate the various bots, whether it's Nero. You want to first make a deposit of $100 into your EXAI bot. That's how you get started. And then you can investigate the other bots as well. But let's jump right into the Q&A. For those who don't have a VPN, and you don't know what a VPN is, it's a virtual private network. It's basically a way to secure your data and your movement on the internet, right? So you don't have to share all of that information. And we use those to activate our accounts as well as log in. So you will need a VPN. Most people use names like NordVPN's most popular, I think. And I use one called PIA, Private Internet Access. Let the person who invited you again get you that information. So let me stop the recording real quick. Stop sharing. Yep. And then I'll go back into the sharing if I need to. Did I drop from the Zoom? Let's see.
I got you. You good?
I can't find the Zoom link. Am I on? Is this it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. So let's jump into the Q&A. If you got questions, you can unmute yourself. Thank you for being muted, those of you who may have background noise, but go ahead with the guests. Any questions? We'll let the people who have accounts already, please hold your questions as far as, maybe troubleshooting or whatever until the end. We'll do that after all the guests get a chance to ask their questions. Fire away. Anybody? I see somebody in the chat. Is that something I need to see? First person, unmute yourself. Anybody got a question? Comment, concern? You should be able to unmute yourself.
Let them also raise their hand, and then I'll see that and unmute them.
Okay, or raise your hand. Go ahead, raise your hand if you have a question. Any questions? No questions. Either I did a bad job, Mr. Allen, or a great job. Nobody got questions.
I'm gonna go with great job.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I know you partial. My guy.
You done a great job too.
That same thing, Mr. Randall's great job.
And there's the very first Voyager, Mr. Will Stirrup. Mr. Stirrup, glad you were able to make it on, sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, we don't have any questions, so I'll let you go ahead and share your experience, Mr. Stirrup, if you got a quick 30 seconds. How you do you mind sharing your experience and what? Because you were the first person on the team that other than me to go Voyager. What's your experience been like? And I know you had some crypto experience already for the people who haven't.
Okay, thank you again, Mr. Rambus. I'll tell you, this is a fantastic voyage, if I should say that. But I'm enjoying this space. I mean, I looked at the industry, I looked around, and this is, like you say, it's something I've been looking for a long time. Not as long as you have, but I contacted a few friends of mine. They saw the value right away, and I actually got off to a very fast start. And I just shared with people what they needed in minimal. The biggest hurdle that I had, or should I say challenge, was the fact that the VPN, and that was the biggest question that I had to answer. Once we cleared that up, then they had no problem. We also have a 3.5 minute video in the back office that actually explains it better than I could. So the journey is absolutely fantastic. I can't wait to get to the next level and the levels beyond, Mr. Ramos. Back to you.
Appreciate you, Mr. Stirrup. And yeah, I think what we can do in regards to well, anyway, let's just keep it moving.
Can I ask a
I don't
real
want to
quick
start a
question?
training. Go ahead, Mr. Stirrup. I'm
Real
sorry.
quick question, Mr. Ramos, or there's
Yes, sir.
someone else?
No,
Is there
you can go
someone
ahead.
else?
I don't have anybody
Okay.
with their hand up right now. If anybody has a question, just raise your hand or open up the mic. Go ahead, Mr.
Okay,
Stirrup.
great. Once we get an individual registered, I was looking at the Nero bot, and I know we're flagship is the EXA bot, iBot, but can you go from activating your account directly to the Nero bot, or do we actually have to use the EXAI bot initially to get started?
No, we are going. You have to. So first thing you got to do before anything, right, is you're going to be forced to make your 2FA, your two-factor authentication, Google Authenticator, as soon as you log into your account. They're forcing you to have Google Authenticator. And I'm sorry, Will, I'm just kind of training at the same time answering your questions. Right. So first thing you have to get is Google Authenticator. The next thing when you try to activate your account is you got to pay your $19. Right. So there's a $19.99 fee of your first deposit. So your sponsor will show you how to get the crypto in USDT to your wallet and over to your account in Aurum with at least $100 to start. EXAI bot is mandatory, yes, but the $19.99 is first, right? You can't even get into the EXAI bot first. Now, once you've done that part, you're active and you got access to the whole ecosystem. The first 30 days, you had to be qualified for Voyager to get into the Nero, but I'm thinking you might not have to be anymore. No, in fact, I'm sure you don't. Because there's somebody on the call that's not a Voyager, and I'm not gonna. I know he will be, but I don't want to blow his unless he speaks up. I know he has a Nero account and he's not a Voyager, so that's not the case. But that for the first 30 days, you had to be Voyager to get the Nero. You don't now. That is $250 to start though. It's not $100 like the EXAI bot, but you have to have the EXAI bot first. Long story short, and pay your fee.
Okay,
And
thank you.
hopefully that
That answered my question. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, sir. Appreciate you and see you at what's the next level after Voyager? Vanguard. Anybody else? Question, comment. All right, I'm not gonna keep y'all if there's nobody on here. We'll be back on Thursday, 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. I will share this. I'm gonna drop a couple things into the chat to give y'all time to copy and paste it. So if you will, hang on 1 second, and if you have a question, fire away. If
Mr.
you're
Rambis,
yes, sir.
just for my brother Elliot, because I was hanging with him on Thursday on this call. Today, that what I sent over to your phone, that other
Yep.
account that we're monitoring, that I'm monitoring, today is its 30-day anniversary. So if you share that before we get off, I think that'd be pretty fun for Elliot because I had Elliot in mind.
Okay, you gonna pull it up and
Uh,
I'll share it. Is that what you're
I
saying?
want you to share it. I sent it to your phone already.
Oh, got it. Okay. All
So
right.
Sure
Elliot,
enough,
Elliot, I
I
got a brother
appreciate the
that's
love.
oh yeah, I got a brother that's super hands off with stuff like this. And so I was telling him what I thought I see, right? Because like, if you say what you know you see, you might get people having a different opinion. But if I'm only thinking what I see, we both can evaluate it, right? So I'm super soft with that part, right? And so we put a little bit of money in just so we can see what it do. And it just so happened.
Yes. All right. Let's get down to it. All right. So I want to share this real quick, guys, just so and get it documented because we not only when you create that account and use AI to make money, you empower yourself with a global business to share that with the world. And look, this crypto market update, this comes straight from corporate, right? This is the market cap for Aurum this week, right? What they accomplished in the marketplace and how AI and this technology is leaning towards us. It's just like we have a headwind behind us blowing us, and we're already ahead of everybody, right? We recognize in the top 5 of Web3 projects from a large institution that actually rates and is paid to hack into systems, right? We were rated in their top 5 Web3 projects, and we've been featured everywhere, right? So I'm not going to share that, but I want to share with you that you can build this business worldwide right here leveraging other languages all over the world. It's not what you know, it's right, it's who they might know. I got out of it. I'm sorry, I'm in the wrong one. It's the Aurum corporate Telegram. Sorry. Should have had this together when I jumped in here, but sorry, you understand. So here's what I'm saying is this entire week, things are happening across the world. And you can, if you know people who speak Spanish, right? Tomorrow is Shane. Tuesday is an English presentation. Um, uh, I'm sorry, yeah, Tuesday's English and Polish, right? 2 presentations on Tuesday. If you know people who speak Arabic on Wednesday, Thursday, we're speaking in the European countries. And then, of course, I can't move that out of the way, but also in Indonesia and Spanish. So all week long, I'm going to put this into also into the chat. So copy that first one for Shane's meeting. And I'm going to also paste this in the chat for you guys. Copy that and send it to yourself in an email. Copy this page or some kind of way. Take it out of our chat that I'm sending. I'll be sending this stuff out too in our email. And I'm probably going to start us a Telegram group sometime this week. So bear with me as we get that done. But all right, well, let's close it out. I'm going to drop this. I'm not going to close it out till you can get this in your wheelhouse. Drop this in here. But if you got questions, go ahead and feel free to do so. Still, you can unmute yourself and ask any questions. Did somebody just type a question into the chat? Let's see. There's the schedule. All the Zoom links are in there, as well as the one tomorrow for Mr. Moran. And Ron said, can you send that in an email? Yes, sir, I will. Absolutely, Ron, Mr. Rice. Anybody else? Questions, comments?
I still need you to share that screenshot, Mr. Rambus. I'm gonna try to send it to
You sent
Namsu
me
real
that. Oh, yeah,
fast.
to my phone, right? You sent it to my
Yeah,
phone.
yes, yeah. I'm sending to your phone.
I
I'm about to
gotta
send it to
send it over.
Namsu right now.
I got it. Oh, yeah,
Are you
right.
doing that?
I didn't do that for Elliot. You're right. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Stirrup.
No, I was going to say, just for clarity, just for my part, I'm sure everybody else got it, but you're saying that you have to be a part of the EXAI bot before you can get into the Nero. You have to be in Aurum for 30 days. Is that?
No,
And it's a
sir.
$250 minimum.
There is a $250 minimum in Nero. You do not have to be in 30 days anymore. It was 30 days ago when they launched it, a little more than 30 now, I think. When they launched it, you had to be a Voyager rank before you could get one. Now everybody can get them. So there's no qualification. I think they still are giving it fee free for the first 30 days right now. So when you do join it, they aren't taking a profit share for the first 30 days. That might be what you might be asking. So they aren't taking any profit share on Nero the first 30 days from what I understand. I don't know if that's going to change, but right now they're not. But it is a minimum 250. It's all done in a MetaMask DeFi wallet. And I'll get the other question up. Go ahead. What was
And the
your other
trust
question?
wallet.
Or Trust Wallet, exactly.
Thanks, Mr.
All right.
Rambus.
My pleasure. My
I
pleasure.
want to shout out to Dan Allen. I remember him from a previous project, and I'm glad to see him co-hosting. Yes, with full confidence to know that we're still the
That's
Freedom Family, and we're pushing forward.
I received that,
Yeah,
sir.
I didn't hear you say it again, please.
I received that, sir. Thank you.
Absolutely, and I recognize him and Mr. Clemens also. So I'm glad that we're a team and we're pushing forward. We can build this together, and I'm confident of, even though we have the great corporate leadership, but I'm also proud of our leadership that we have here too. So thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you.
yeah, we didn't. Go ahead.
Namsu, can you share that thing I sent you? Namsu, did you hear me? You don't. You muted. You
If he's
muted.
still on.
Okay. Yeah. No, I
Not
see
sure.
him.
Okay.
Okay, I'm here.
Okay.
Am I
There you
sharing
go.
the account?
Yeah. No, it's
Okay.
perfect. It's perfect. There you go, Elliot. So
Okay.
we put the money in this bottom. I look at this joint every day. So it say my deposits, which is this isn't my direct Aurum account. This is somebody in my network, but we family. You can see whenever you make your initial deposit, it puts a stamp on it. So it was June 12th, right? It was 512 USDT. And if you look over to, it says, um, let me read it closer. It says received income. And because I'm a math guy, I take that received income number, which is 5608, and you divide it by the 512 that it started at, and it tell you how much it made in this month. And if you get real mathy, you take the total deposit, the 568.08, and you subtract it from the 5608. That's how you get the 512. That's how you know what the number is, although you can fact check me, right? And then once you know how
Yeah,
much your deposit is from how much you made, you divide your profit from your principal, and then it'll tell you what your cash on cash return is for the time frame. So when Mr. Rambis showed that slide that showed what the XEA bot did for the last 2 years, and it said between 9% and 16%, that could be hype, right? Then he showed another screen where it told you the way you get in talks about how your pay is. And it said on the first level, you end up making about 10% per month gross. Then it goes up and up all the way to that 50,000 one. And so that was the second number I checked before. They said trust but verify, right? So I trust Rambus, but I verify what Aurum was talking about, if that makes sense. So if you take that 516, Namsu, pull out your calendar for me.
What you're
What?
talking about is parabolic.
There you go. I'm with you. Show you. Can you show your calendar down too? Calculator. I'm
My
sorry,
cap.
calculator. Calculator.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
Can't see it.
Okay, can you see it?
No, all I see is your
Oh,
screen share.
Okay, maybe I will need to share the whole screen again.
Okay. Hold on one second, Mr. Rams. I appreciate your patience.
Can
oh
you see
no,
it
man.
now?
I'm enjoying the show.
Yeah, I can see it now. All right, give me
Okay,
See,
56.08.
okay, 56.08.
Right. Divided by
mhm.
568.08.
Six.
No, 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 no. 512. 512. Just 512.
Okay,
Right.
512.
And then give me that answer. So that's about 10% for the month, right? And because I'm an investor, the way you do apples to apples is you look at what's your annual return. So Namsu, take that and divide and multiply it times 12. So we don't have any guarantees of what the result for the next day going to be. But as an investor, that 1 month, if everything was the same month in, month out, your investment makes 131% return for the year. And so when you're doing investing, you look at if I put my money into X, whatever X is, what's my annual return? And that's how investors put apples to apples, although they're different asset classes, right? Because different asset classes have different risks and stuff respected to them and different promises or potentiality. But you have to go, okay, if I spun 512, where else could it go to potentially make 131% in a year?
Nowhere.
Yeah, and so I just wanted to show that we can't say it's going to do the whole 131%, but we can say it did do the 10%. Mr. Rambis, that's my contribution for between Mr. Namsua and myself. We're getting back out the way.
My man. Appreciate you as well as you, Mr. Ardu.
Welcome, sir.
All right. Absolutely. So any questions? Let's just keep it going for those who got some concerns or questions, Elliot, or whatever you might have to say back to Mr. Allen, or questions on the whole concept. Anybody?
I'm back again. Uh, I'm back at Nero. Question to the audience and yourself, Mr. Rambus. You're in Nero and the returns are a little bit better. Can you top up your fund from the Nero to your main balance and then add that to your present package that you have to continue to fund your account
On the you
internally
mean right
without putting
back into Nero, or moving it to the main by that EXAI bot?
yes, when you move it from the Nero to your main account, and can you top it up into whatever package that you have, say the 250 or the 1,000, could you
Can you
add to
pull
those?
the profits? So I'm sorry, I mean to interrupt, but let me make sure I'm understanding the question. So question is, can you pull the profits from Nero out in order to go increase your package and your profit share in your EXAI main bot? Yes.
Yes, that's my question. Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. You can pull those funds out. Hey, the profits from Nero every day is liquid and can be pulled out at any time because it's attached to your wallet. All your wallet is doing is interacting with the smart contract. Now, you do lock up the funds though that are trading. So if you want those back, you get those right back too. But of course you're not trading anymore, so your wallet ain't making money. But as long as it's making money, there's a separate wallet every day that's called profits. And your amount in Nero, 250 or more. And what I love about it, Miss Kim is not on today, or Joe, but Joe asked the question when it was first introduced over a month ago. I said, what's the limit? Because we got $100,000 limit on EXAI bot. Joe said, what's the limit on Nero? We found out from Shane there's no limit on Nero. So whatever your MetaMask wallet can hold, right, or whatever you're capable of and willing to put in the Nero, it trades on your behalf. The profits drop every single day that you can do whatever you want with, right? That's your money. You just, if you want to change it to a different, it's only on one network. Well, I take that back. It's on several wallet networks now. So you can set it up on the Tron network, the MetaMask network, the what's the one you guys like, Will?
Trust wallet.
The Trust wallet as well. Yeah, there are several different wallets that will connect to your Nero account as well as now your EXAI account. So it's synchronizing everything into the DeFi wallets. Why? Because that's where the industry is going. That's where the world is going. People want to have control over their assets. And the more that happens, the more the word's going to get out, and the more attractive it becomes when you get that kind of control. So again, we're the leaders in this space. We're the SpaceX of AI finance. All right. Any other questions?
No, so real quick, in
Yes,
moving
sir.
the profit from Nero to uh your topping up your position in EX, there are no transfer, no fees at all involved. It's just straight.
Oh yeah. Yes. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting you, man. I'm sorry.
No. I was asking the question. You're on track. Is there any fees involved in moving it from Nero to whatever account and then putting it into a package into one of the EXAI bot packages?
So when you come out of your profits in Nero, you have to have some whatever to pay the gas fees, right? BNB. I use BNB. I use the USDT version. I mean, it's all done in dollars. In the digital version of dollars is USDT. All of it's going to be USDT. It's just a matter of which chain you're on, which brand of that USDTs, right? So that's what you mean by which wallet. I use BNB. So I got a little bit of Binance in my BNB Binance wallet, which is, I guess, the technical word, because you'll see it as BEP20 some places. That's the crypto slang for Binance Smart Chain coin. So I have to have some Binance in order to move the dollar coin USDT on the Binance network. Hope this makes sense. So in order to move a US dollar from one wallet to another and transfer it to and from Aurum or anybody, doesn't matter where it happens, every time I do that, I can't move any money on a wallet exchange if I don't have the native wallet first. So if you're moving it on Ethereum's network, guess what you got to have? A little bit of Ethereum for the gas fees. Transaction fees is basically the same term as gas fees. For moving the kind of money you can move, which could be millions or even billions of dollars for pennies, fractions of a penny sometimes, that's why this is so powerful, right? Because most in the traditional world, you don't have that kind of control. First of all, to move that kind of money, you got to get permission to move your own money. But then to do it for fractions of a penny makes it so powerful. So I know I'm getting too deep, but to answer your question, Will, in order to move it out of your Nero wallet, yes, you're going to already have some of the native coin to pay the gas fees, or you would have never got it in there, right? Because you can't even make the deposit if you didn't have some BNB as you move the USDT BNB over there. And then once you got it paying, it's paying out in whatever you deposited. So you might deposit on another chain like the Tron network, TRC20. But you got to use what? USDT, which is the dollar-based coin. So that Tron USD20 is making you money every day, the same as my BNB is, but it's paying you in Tron every day USDT, where mine is paying me in the Binance version. All it is a brand name, the Binance version of USDT. We're both getting paid USDT though, the same equal value dollars, depending on what we're making it from our account. So yes,
Mr. Rambus,
go ahead.
can I jump in?
Sure.
Well, this is Dan. How you doing, friend?
You're doing great, Dan.
The way when I'm talking to people about this, especially when I'm talking to my 20-year-old, it's we used to go to the bank and we were only the customer, okay? Now we're going to the bank and we're the customer and we're the owner of the bank. But banking is still happening, right? So when you hear centralized, think of traditional banking, when you or Web 2 banking, and when you hear decentralized, think of Web 3 banking, right? And so Namsu and I know each other originally because I hired him from Upwork. And anytime I had to send Namsu money, I had to pay whoever was the sending bank, right? And sometimes we had to set it up to Namsu had to pay as the receiving person. So if you go to PayPal, they'll charge you either the sender or the receiver. So there's some level of transactional fee when you do any level of banking. And right now we're just being introduced to doing Web3 or being the banker and the customer. So the thing that we would use for transactional fees are now called gas fees, but it's still moving money, right? And somebody getting paid because we're being provided a service of moving money. And now we're just taking a bigger ownership perspective and a cheaper pay perspective because of our relationship with Aurum or the fact that we're doing Web3. So as I'm listening to your question, I want to add in that you're now a banker, okay? And when there's a whole industry on moving money, it's called the remittance industry. It's the way Western Union make their money. When we would go to the actual PNC Bank in Philadelphia, and we wanted to send money to either Namsu or Australia, we had to first tell them why we wanted to send the money. It was like we were interviewing for the permission to send our money where we wanted to. And so Namsu was actually one of my first teachers because of our relationship of sending money back and forth or making payments to that. If I sent him money through PayPal, I paid Web 2 fees. And when he showed me how to start sending him money straight wallet to wallet, I started paying Web 3 fees. And what you're asking Mr. Rambis is, are there Web 3 fees? And there's always going to be a fee for a service. You're now just the owner of the bank and you're the person using the remittance. So a little bit of banky talk, but I wanted to hopefully add that layer of just experience to it. And like I said, Namsu was my first teacher because every time I sent him something, it also cost something. So I hope that helps, Mr. Rambis. I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Allen, for well, I guess you could call it the Clarity Act. Thank you so much for your input, sir.
Listen, my son, my oldest son Basil, when I used to send him to the bank to send money to Australia, he used to come back frustrated because it felt like he was being asked permission. He was had to ask permission to send his money to somewhere. Like, why are you sending the money? And if they ain't like the answer, they wasn't gonna send it.
Yep. All right. So can you all see my screen now? I want to share this
Yes,
something real
sir.
quick to kind of explain. I'm a big believer in seeing, right, and understanding, because I know just explaining it in one way is seeing it in your mind, but here's your eyes helping you can paint a bigger vision and picture. So on this wallet, right, it is on the BNB chain. So every one of these tokens, coins, assets within this wallet are all going to be native to that network. All these chains is a computer network. It's a software network. What you're moving on, the rails of your train of money, right? So I have a BNB wallet, a Tether wallet, Position wallet, all these different wallets on this one chain. And if I'm moving money on the Ethereum chain, guess what I got to do in my wallet? I get to go change networks. I go here to Ethereum, bang. Now I'm using the Ethereum wallets that I have to interact with software on chain anywhere in the world instantly. And I'm moving it in Ethereum based chains, right? Or in Ethereum based coins, I'm sorry. Or assets, if you will, because it's not just be coins, there'll be real world assets in all these different wallets as well for various different industries and reasons, right? We have a sports coin, we have AI music coins. There's so many different assets that you can move in this format, and you can just add them all to your wallet, interact with them here. All this happens to come, but and again, my Nero, to answer your question, my Nero is in BNB, so it's paying me in Tether right here, right? So all my money when I withdraw, it comes here, and then I decide what I want to do with it there. If I want to reinvest, I go buy, I send that money over to my EXAI bot in my main account, or I can send it right back into Nero. Totally my choice. And there are small gas fees, but as you can see, I got $18 in my BNB wallet, and it hasn't gone down from like the $20. I think I've been withdrawing every other day just to go back and reinvest, right? Whether I'm going in Nero or the EXAI bot, like you said, to take my percentage up in both, whichever one might be the money getting it that day. But my gas fees here in BNB are minimal, as they would be on the Tron network too, because I think, again, a partner. I hate to put people's names out there, but I know he was on the call. He'll speak up for himself. But I have another partner that did his in TRC20, right? USDT. It's all got to be done in dollars. USDT is the dollar-based crypto, right? It is pegged to the value of a dollar. But you move it around on different networks. And damn, I don't have the trial. Oh, there it is. So, Mr. I can't say his name. Again, I keep wanting to say his name, but I'm
I
not.
got Tron, Dion, Mr.
Okay.
Rambus. I'm good.
I didn't want to put you on blast
Yeah,
and speak your business, but he did
that's
his in a
okay.
time. I know it was a little struggle at first, Mr. Dabney, but go ahead, share your experience.
Yeah, I had a little trouble with this BNB, but I got on Tron. It's smooth. It's just like BNB now. So you're right, Mr. Rambus. It's the same low fees, but Tron is what I've got mine on. It works fine.
And are you which wallet do you have? MetaMask or Trust?
MetaMask.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. And so, Mr. Stirrup, did you have a question you want to ask Will? Because I have my perspective, but Will may have Mr. Dabney may have a different one for a question you might have. He's been using it. How long you had your account now, Mr. Dabney?
About 60. No, March. About 30 days. No, 3 months.
Okay. No, I mean Nero.
Oh, Nero about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And are you again? I'm asking questions you don't have to answer, but your strategy: are you withdrawing every day, or are you letting it build up and then compounding it? Or I don't know. I don't want to ask if you don't want to share.
That's okay, man. I don't mind answering. I've been withdrawing about every other day, and I have found that on my phone, it don't work as well as on the computer for some reason. So
Oh man,
whatever the day.
I wish Kim was on here to hear you say that. I've been trying to tell her. I don't do nothing from my phone, guys. So if
Man,
you have
that
an
phone,
issue
yeah.
with your
So I go to
phone,
my computer.
yeah, I hate to tell you, I'm gonna be the worst person to coach, assist, dive into, and jump in the mud. I'm going to. I'll help a lot of you guys, but it's not easy for me because I don't do phone any interaction.
I do
For a
have a
number of
question
reasons.
though.
Go ahead, sir.
I haven't, I'm withdrawn every day, every other day. Can you go from MetaMask back to your bank, or you have to go back through one of the exchanges?
I don't think because decentralized means no bank connections.
Okay.
Generally, that's the whole point, right? So you were doing that. You say, "Hey, give me these coins, whatever you're pulling out, over here to an exchange," which we're
Okay.
gonna
That's what
have
I thought.
one real soon. I don't know when that is expected to launch, but we'll have our own exchange. You could use Simple
Okay.
Swap, which I love because it's usually for small amounts of money. It's very low fees, and they swap everything on Simple Swap. You already think you're familiar.
All right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And other exchanges for you guys to just to understand. You don't have to swap it
I use
anywhere at one
Kraken.
place. Yep. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I was
Kraken
only
coin.
asking that question. Excuse me, I need to jump.
Go ahead, sir. You good?
When I was asking the question about moving the funds around, simply as a strategy, possibly for myself to build up my positions on the investment, the RXO I bought. And also, I was thinking if you were using the trust wallet, you can send the funds to your bank once you swap it over to your bank account from the trust wallet. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if you were using the trust, to do the same thing that you're using the MetaMask for.
Okay.
Because
I'll
I have
take your
bought
word for it. I don't know. I don't have a trust
when
wallet.
I bought money, bought crypto through my bank on the trust wallet, and I've also sent money from my trust wallet. I mean, coin back to my bank and got paid. So anyway, yeah. Answered my
Nice.
questions have been answered. I'm good. You guys, thank you
Thank
guys
you,
for all
sir.
of the input.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Anybody else? Questions? We're gonna jump off here. We've been on over an hour, and you don't like to do stuff long-winded. Let's go. Anybody? No, that doesn't deter you from answering the question though. So if you got something legitimate to ask, let's go. Anybody? All right. We'll see you guys on Thursday at 9 o'clock Central, 10 o'clock Eastern. Of course, we'll be sharing it throughout all the groups. By this time next week, we'll have our own private group and make sure you guys get direct access so we can all stay in communication in one direct forum. So have a great day. Appreciate you all. And I'll see you Thursday. Peace.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, guys.